Roman Reigns just issued a warning that's shaking the entire WWE locker room. The Tribal Chief has Bron Breakker in his crosshairs, and with CM Punk's championship opportunity on the horizon, the power dynamics in WWE are about to explode. What's up, Wrestling Region family? Buckle up because this situation is intense. Let's jump straight into what happened. Roman Reigns, the man who has dominated WWE for over 1,300 days as Universal Champion, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the head of the table. He doesn't speak unless he has something important to say. And recently, the Tribal Chief made it crystal clear that Bron Breakker needs to watch his step. Now, for those who might be wondering, why is Roman even paying attention to Bron Breakker? Great question, and the answer reveals everything about WWE's current landscape. Bron Breakker has been on an absolute tear lately. This second-generation superstar, the son of wrestling royalty Rick Steiner, has been bulldozing through the competition. His intensity, his athleticism, his raw power, it's reminiscent of his legendary family, but Bron is carving his own path. He's been making statements, taking names, and most importantly, he's been turning heads. And when you start turning heads in WWE, you better believe the Tribal Chief is watching. Roman's warning wasn't just casual backstage talk. According to multiple reports from WWE insiders, Roman pulled Bron aside and made it abundantly clear there's a hierarchy in WWE, there's an order to things, and that order runs through the Tribal Chief. Now, here's where things get really interesting. CM Punk has a major title match coming up on Monday Night Raw, and this changes everything. The best in the world, the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk, a man who doesn't play politics, who doesn't bow down to anyone, and who's made it clear he's back in WWE to reach the mountaintop one more time. Punk's title opportunity represents something massive. We're talking about one of the most polarizing, most talented, most real superstars in WWE history getting another shot at championship glory. And Roman Reigns? He's been watching this entire situation unfold like a chess master planning his next 10 moves. Here's the connection. Roman knows that whoever holds championship gold is a threat to his legacy. Even though he's no longer holding titles at this exact moment, the Tribal Chief operates on a different level. He's thinking long-term. He's thinking dynasty. He's thinking about ensuring that his bloodline, his empire, his legacy remains the dominant force in WWE. Dramatic pause. So when Roman warns Bron Breakker, it's not just about Bron. It's about sending a message to everyone, including CM Punk. It's about reminding the locker room that whether he has a belt or not, Roman Reigns is WWE's final boss. Bron Breakker potentially getting involved, making waves, disrupting the established order right as CM Punk is positioned for a title run? That creates chaos. And while Roman Reigns thrives in strategic chaos, he doesn't tolerate uncontrolled chaos. The Tribal Chief wants everyone to understand, if you're going to make moves, if you're going to climb that ladder, you better acknowledge him first. Let's talk about Bron Breakker's perspective for a moment, because this young lion is in a fascinating position. Bron is second-generation wrestling royalty, but he's not riding on his family's name, he's earning his respect. Every single match, he brings intensity that's off the charts. That signature powerhouse offense, those explosive athleticism displays, that unbridled aggression. Bron Breakker is everything WWE wants in their next main event star. But here's the challenge: when you rise quickly in WWE, you're going to bump into the established hierarchy. And right now, that hierarchy has Roman Reigns at the very top, even without championship gold around his waist. Bron has been vocal about his ambitions. He's not shy about wanting championship opportunities. He's not timid about calling out top stars. And that confidence? It's exactly what caught Roman's attention. The question becomes, does Bron heed the Tribal Chief's warning, or does he view this as a challenge to prove himself even more? If we're being honest, Bron Breakker doesn't strike me as someone who backs down easily. That Steiner DNA runs through his veins: intensity, toughness, that fight-first mentality. But Roman Reigns isn't just any opponent or obstacle. He's the benchmark. He's the standard. What makes this situation so compelling is that both men have legitimate claims. Roman has earned his position through years of dominance. Bron represents the hungry next generation ready to take over. And CM Punk's title match? That's the catalyst that could ignite this entire powder keg. Wrestling Region family, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here, because there's so much happening beneath the surface. WWE is in an incredible creative period right now. We've got established legends like Roman Reigns who've carried the company. We've got returning stars like CM Punk bringing massive attention and credibility. And we've got rising stars like Bron Breakker representing WWE's future. These three elements colliding? That's not just good television, that's historic television. Roman's warning to Bron isn't happening in a vacuum. The Bloodline storyline, which has been WWE's centerpiece for years, is evolving. Roman's role is changing. He's transitioning from champion to something even more powerful. He's becoming WWE's kingmaker, the gatekeeper, the ultimate test. When CM Punk challenges for a title on Raw, the implications ripple across the entire company. If Punk wins, he becomes the top target. If Punk loses but has a strong showing, his star power remains nuclear. Either way, Roman is positioned to interact with whatever outcome occurs. And Bron Breakker? He's the wild card. He's the unpredictable element who could insert himself into any situation because he's hungry, talented, and fearless enough to take risks. Building excitement, think about the potential confrontations here. Roman Reigns versus Bron Breakker would be an incredible clash of eras and styles. The calculated, methodical, psychological warfare of the tribal chief against the explosive, relentless, physical onslaught of Bron Breakker? That's money. Roman Reigns and CM Punk have unfinished business and undeniable chemistry. Their matches, their promos, their respect for each other's work, it's top-tier professional wrestling. And if Bron somehow gets positioned between these two titans, we could be looking at a triple threat scenario that would break the internet. Alright, Wrestling Region family, let me give you my analysis and predictions on how this situation unfolds. Prediction number 1: Roman Reigns will physically insert himself into the CM Punk title situation somehow. Whether it's a distraction, a post-match confrontation, or simply his presence being felt, the tribal chief doesn't issue warnings and then disappear. He follows through. Prediction number 2: Bron Breakker will not back down from Roman's warning. In fact, I believe this warning will motivate Bron to be even more aggressive, even more visible. He'll want to prove he belongs in the conversation with these top-tier names. Prediction number 3: we're heading toward a major multi-person storyline that connects Roman, Bron, and potentially CM Punk. WWE creative is too smart not to capitalize on this natural tension. Here's what I'm watching for: pay attention to Bron Breakker's reactions on social media and in backstage segments. If he acknowledges Roman's warning directly, that tells us WWE is building something specific. Watch CM Punk's title match carefully. If there's any interference or distraction involving Roman or Bron, that's our confirmation that this storyline is officially underway. And most importantly, keep your eyes on Roman Reigns. The tribal chief operates differently than anyone else. His threats aren't empty. His warnings have consequences. When he says something, it means something. Wrestling Region family, we are living in peak WWE right now. The combination of Roman Reigns' legendary status, CM Punk's incredible return run, and Bron Breakker's meteoric rise is giving us dream matchups and storylines we've been wanting for years. The tribal chief has spoken. Bron Breakker has been warned. CM Punk's title opportunity is approaching. And all of us? We get to watch this incredible drama unfold. Before you go, smash that like button if you're excited about these potential matchups. Subscribe to Wrestling Region and hit that notification bell so you never miss our breakdowns of the biggest WWE moments. Drop a comment telling me, are you Team Roman, Team Bron, or Team Punk? Who do you think comes out on top in this three-way power struggle? We'll have more updates as this story develops, so stay locked into Wrestling Region where we break down the biggest moments in wrestling.